I can hear you too. So, how are you?
Doing well. Excited to walk you through the app and answer any questions you might have.
Yeah, and then I have Ryder here, who's my one of our content guys as well. He's just with me in the room. I got you up on a screen or whatever, so that he can kind of be a part of this conversation too, because he'll be a part of kind of implementing this and stuff. So.
Great. Yeah, before we dive in, I'd love to know if you had any specific questions, any additional context that might be helpful to make sure that we're doing the best support.
I don't think so. I know when I was on the call last week, she had just said, that this would be an opportunity to get on and just hear a little bit from you and just take some of your tips and recommendations, and then and so I just kind of wanted to hear that, and then I think we'll just kind of take with it and run with it. So.
Sure. Awesome. So essentially, of course, I do meet with folks on different stages of the setup. I know that right now your account is pretty fresh so it is a great place to make sure that you're fully familiar with all the features, just so you could fully flesh out the account and make sure it's well suited for your specific use case. I can walk through a kind of basic demo of the product because you haven't released it before.
Right. So yeah, if you could, and you can share your screen, correct?
Yeah, I
cool.
can. In that case, because I usually do walk through essentially your app, but I think it would be more helpful with a little bit more content in it. So I'll actually show you our internal testing account that we're going.
Okay.
Cool. So let me share my screen. I have your desktop app here. This is our internal testing account. As you know, there's a mobile app that hopefully you have downloaded to your phone already.
I have Android, so because that's our side would only be on iOS, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So for now, we are developing an Android app, hopefully soon.
Okay. I'm considering, just for content purposes, just getting another, getting a iOS anyways. So.
Yeah. Recommended, or an iPad works as well to access the app. So.
Okay.
I will just walk the desktop app then. Essentially, the layout is the same. Of course, I personally like working off the desktop app because you have more space and you can really just carve out time to be in contact with your audience. But essentially, you do have a few things to set up initially. So the first thing you'll do is head to the settings section, see that you have your contact card photo, and customize. Essentially, all of these texts are there for you to edit, so it's in your voice, represents the brand. You could throw in emojis if that's your style, but really it's helpful to just set the tone because every single person who texts in will receive this flow of messages.
Okay.
And, there's an additional message that I actually really recommend having on. I can turn on if you like. It's the contact info reminder text. And this is sent to anybody for whatever reason. If they forget to add their contact information, it will essentially remind them the next day.
Okay.
So I'll switch this on for you again. Just make a note to edit the text so you have that on hand. I don't know if you had a chance to upload a voicemail greeting either, but if anyone were to dial the phone number, works like any other number, it'll ring a couple times and it'll play the voicemail greeting that you set. It doesn't give the caller an opportunity to leave a message. It just hangs up afterwards. So the most important thing to keep in mind when you do record and upload this voicemail greeting is that you encourage that person to send a text message.
Okay.
Cool. You said?
Yep.
Awesome. So moving up one tab to the resources section, actually let me update this for you because it's still your number. You have your custom community URL. So of course, people can always type in your number and send a text out, but they can also use this link wherever you happen to share it. That automatically opens up a new composition window and it has your number plugged in already.
Okay.
So, let me just update this URL slug to your team. Great. And then for reference, you can use this link wherever you can hyperlink anything. A lot of folks use it as a swipe up on social media or as a button on their official website. I'll show you really quickly. If I go to Gary Vee's website, if you're familiar with him, he has a button on his website that says text me, has his number, but his URL is also hyperlinked there. So if I were to click it on my phone, on my laptop, iPad, even in Android too, it works as well. It'll just open up a new window and have the number pre-populated.
Okay.
So it definitely makes it as easy as possible if you ever send out an email blast or anything like that. Okay, so of course the main objective initially is sharing that number out there. That way you have your audience in community to actually send messages out. So that is really for however it feels comfortable for you, for your core business. The biggest thing is just being as consistent as possible because it does take consistent promotion to slowly build up an audience. Okay? So once people text in, and now I'm on our internal dashboard. So we just hop in here from time to time to just send out messages. And let's see, I can show you some things. Okay, so once people text in, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can continue a one-to-one conversation. You can attach media. You can find out more about the person you're talking to by checking out their details page. You can see that this is the basic contact information that people provide when they opt in. And then outside of that, we understand that you might want to categorize people in different ways or by interest, or if they are RSVPing to something or entering a giveaway, whatever it may be. So that's what we have here as the communities feature. So you can see that Stephanie, for example, is a book junkie, right? And I wanted to go into this communities feature in a little bit more depth because that's something that you could spend some time to get set up before you share your number out, because the function is quite simple. It's really about creating a community and then assigning keywords. And then once the keywords are set, if someone were to type or text you the keyword at any time, they would automatically get added to this group. Right, so you could see here that, I don't know who created this one, but I love the keywords. We have Harry Potter, we have hashtag book club, a few emojis. So you have the opportunity to set up to 15 keywords, which does help with broader topics or different tenses or plural, singular, right? You can have all of these variations as a top of funnel to bring people into this group. Okay? Do you have something in mind or like a specific group that would be helpful for you to engage with, maybe outside of just your broader core business?
Like a specific subset you're talking?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like that I would like product deals or something like that.
Yeah. Honestly, it can even be used as a CRM of sorts, or you could track clients or prospective clients. You could have a group of internal team members if you ever need to do updates like that. You can have a friends and family community or something random like NFL, or people are interested in sports, right? Because we are so multifaceted and want to chat about different things. And that way you don't have to bombard everybody with everything all the time. To be specific exactly the text. So the reason why I like to hear this ahead of time is, do you have an email list?
I do have an email list, yes.
Okay. It can even be helpful to track source, for example. Let's say you sent an email out and say, I have your number, that you can connect with me. I'll be using it for this, this, and this. Really excited. I'm emailing you right now with my number. Text me a envelope emoji just so I know that you got this email. And if you give people a prompt to opt in, and then you set it as an email list community, you set the keyword as an envelope emoji. I think it's helpful because people don't really have to overthink what to say. Again, the object is to make it as easy as possible for people to get their foot in the door. And then you can thank people for texting you from your email list, or you could just track, oh, another 5 people texted from my email. Right?
Gotcha. Yeah, I got you.
Honestly, anytime you just want to be able to engage with the group more than once,
right,
consider creating a group audit. I can see here that somebody used quarantine as a keyword probably for some topic that we haven't yet talked about yet. Okay, so that's communities, and then just the general concept of people opting in. Once you have people in your community, sending those outbound texts, I think, is the most fun. Because again, you can just be really custom. The first basic suggested filters is just sending a text to everyone in your audience. As soon as there's a birthday that day, you can send a happy birthday message. There's also a filter that will come up if you have new contacts. So that will let you know if there's anybody who's recently texted in that has not yet received a direct message from you, or just a mass blast text. So you could maybe get in the flow eventually of sending a message to a broader audience and say, hey, hope you're having a great week so far. And then you could follow up with a birthday text and say, by the way, hope you're the best day ever. Happy birthday. Enjoy. And then send it out. And you'll see that once you send a text, the body of the message shows up here. And then once Chase responds, or if he does, he might be in a meeting right now, his response will show up below. Mm-hmm. So this space and maintaining these back and forth conversations is where we as a product are looking to get more efficient, because we really want it to feel personal, and we don't want this to be a space where it feels like it's a bot or it's automated. So you'll see, I'll pull open a message that has a little bit more content. So let's see. I like this text from Tori because this was end of April. She was asking, what's the first thing you plan to do when quarantine is officially lifted? Right, and I also like to point out here too that for all of the messages you send out, this is going out to 88 people, no matter how many people it's going out to, every single person sees it as an individual text thread. So I always recommend speaking in the singular voice instead of hi y'all, or hey everybody, or hey guys. She just says hi friend, so it feels really personal.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So everybody's responses are listed below. It's really easy in that moment. If I really wanted to get back to Ian, I could just tap into the text thread. Or if I notice any patterns, again, just making it more efficient, I can actually multi-select everybody who wanted to head to the beach that day and actually respond to everyone at once and say, oh, cool, where are you headed? Maybe I'll tag along. And gotcha. Otherwise, if I didn't anticipate by setting community, I could actually do that in the moment, create a new one, and maybe do a beach party community, right? So lots of options there. And you notice that was a pretty manual process for me to multi-select. We already have this feature in beta. I think it'll be released pretty soon, but it'll actually bucket all of the responses that have similar phrases together, and you can respond with one click. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Otherwise, you see where it says questions, thanks, loving, happy. I know there are no questions to this one, but if somebody were to ask, oh, what about you, Tori? What do you want to do? That would show up here. So you could easily pull out questions. Like the birthday messages will probably have a lot of thanks. Thank you, how'd you know? They didn't respond, but yeah, that's the gist of this Vent campaign tab. And once your audience starts to scale, it's honestly a little bit easier to manage your messages through here rather than just clicking through the inbox one by one.
Yeah, I see that. It makes sense. Okay. Cool. Well, no, I appreciate just the quick overview. So.
You're welcome. That's pretty much the gist of it. I mean, you can schedule text out if you want it to go out at a specific time to a specific group. But yeah, just keep in mind you could always make sure the message goes to the best list of recipients. So you can stack any of these filters on top of each other. Any city you type in will pull up a map. If it has an age restriction, so kind of just filters on top of each other if you need
Cool.
to. Yeah. Cool. Any last minute questions?
No, I don't think so. I just wanted to kind of a quick overview and just to kind of see what you thought, and because it's a little bit different. So just wanted to see,
Yeah.
just kind of go from there, and we'll play around with it, and then yeah, if I have any other questions, I'll reach out to you.
Yep, and then we also have a resources site linked out here. It's password protected, but scan through that. Any examples you can pull or try out. There's always things that might be worth testing out. So check out that site for anything you need.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, take care.
Yep, you too. Bye-bye. Alright, so pretty basic, but yeah, so what I want to do, so I want to start trying this out, and I think what we'll do is we'll get different groups. Like I'll have hey, like, and I'm not gonna do this all at once, but I mean, like, the first one that I'll do is, like, I know there's people that always ask me, do we have deals going on for certain products or whatever. So maybe like one of the first ones we do, hey guys, maybe like, hey guys, one of the first ones that we do is, hey guys, I have this new number you can text me at, 608-640-3459. I want you to reach out to me. If it has to be something like if you're one of my biggest fans, because not everyone's going to want to get text, right? Yeah. So if you're one of my biggest fans, I wanted to create this for you, not expecting everyone to take advantage of it. Send me a text, 608-640-3459 with, say that you're interested in discounted products or promotions or something, and then try to get that database, right? And then, like, a week from now we can set up a different keyword so that group is kind of like grouped up in communities here. Okay. And then, like, a week from now we can do, hey, if you're interested in investing in real estate, right?
Right. Like, it doesn't just have to be your biggest fans. Or...
And then I think what happens then is, even if people do both, which this was something I was going to ask her, if people reply to both, then they're just in both communities.
Okay. That makes sense. I was wondering that.
Yeah.
I was a little confused on that.
So, because this is another way to, like, engage with some of the people that are,
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, cool. All right. So I'll play around with that. I'll think about where I want to take it from there, and then hopefully we can make a piece of content for Instagram.
Yeah, TikTok. And I was thinking about TikTok. That link will work in your TikTok bio. We get one video with 15,000 views, and that's probably a couple hundred people.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Cool. All right.